Well, the very latest big, huge mystery in our country is something that is being called the National Integrated Identity Management System, NIMS, or briefly, Huduma Namba. There are way too many mysteries linked to the Huduma Namba. Top on the list is why the hurry? Why the terrible hurry to implement the Huduma Namba? The other very disturbing mystery linked to this Huduma Namba is that laws were passed in Kenya. Laws compelling you to submit your DNA to the government, to the Huduma Namba system. Now, ordinarily, laws are not supposed to be passed in Kenya without adequate public participation and debate. Now, this also helps the government because when people understand why a certain law is being passed, it is very easy for those people to be compliant. The government will have less headaches implementing that particular law. That is probably the less known fact, why it is a good reason to have public participation before you pass a law. The other better known are that it is a democratic human right for you to participate in lawmaking in your country. You do that by participating. You have the option of participating in the election of your political representatives. That is assuming that there will be no pap business. There will not be rigged in. You can also influence your political representative for or against certain laws. Now, the fascinating thing with the laws related to the Huduma Namba is that the public became aware of them when the law had already been passed. Kenyans were taken by surprise. What? The government wants my DNA? What's happening here? And then after the initial public outcry, what has followed is, in my view, confusion. Civil society groups went to court. That is, after we had heard statements like you will not be able to access any government services without the Huduma Namba. That statement came from the government. And anything a government official says has to be taken seriously. And then suddenly, the government changed gears. We're told, relax. This thing will make Kenya a better country. People like Nairobi's Senator Johnson Sakaja, who many people admire and take very seriously, gave an interview to the press, whose main aim or objective was to reassure Kenyans, take away the anxiety. And he did this in a very skillful way, by admitting that somebody had messed up somewhere. Exactly who, we were not told. And he pledged, that Kenyans will not be required to submit their DNA, that the law will be rectified. But to date, at the time of making this video, that remains only a pledge. These laws are still in place. Which means that somewhere down the line, when people have forgotten this issue, the government can approach you and require you to submit your DNA. And then when you complain, they'll point to the law. Oh yes, we have been there before. We are given promises, the law will be rectified. It is never rectified. And then some months, some years later, that law is used against Kenyans. And so, in case it happens this time again, it will not be the first time. Now I'm sure, so far, you can tell that there's something wrong here. Something very wrong. Yes, it is very easy to see how useful the Huduma Namba can be to the country called Kenya. First of all, it can deal with a lot of security issues. That is as clear as day. However, the huge problem is in the way the government is going about implementing, or in other words, forcing this down the throats of Kenyans. That is the truth. But apart from the implementation process, what knocked me out completely was a report that a pastor in Kilifi had been arrested, for linking the Huduma Namba to the 666 prophecy in the Holy Bible. That completely floored me. You arrest a pastor? You raid a church? Just because somebody is preaching against the Huduma Namba? When a government starts touching on the very personal, religious beliefs of citizens, then you know you're in serious trouble. Because freedom of worship, is a human right, let alone a constitutional right of every Kenyan. And I cannot think of any reason to interfere with that freedom, if that church is not asking its followers to kill, or to get involved in terrorist activities. I can't. And it gets worse, Since when were governments supposed to help people interpret the Bible? Since when? My Bible tells me very clearly, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Obey the government. Pay your taxes. That is very clear. However, there's no way it talks about going to the government to seek interpretation of the Holy Scriptures. There is a very easy way the government would have handled this situation. You go to the experts. You go to those people who are in charge of interpreting the Bible well in advance. And you tell them, look, we have this new law. We have this Huduma Namba thing. And we're introducing it because of 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see I don't have any horns in my head. I'm not the devil. But we would like you to look at it, and tell us what your view is. Is this satanic? Is this demonic? And then the church will give the state its verdict. And so if, for instance, I was in the government and somebody approaches me and asks me, is this Huduma Namba satanic? I'll refer them to their pastor. I'll refer them to their religious authority. That is how things are supposed to go. And just when we thought that things could not get worse, the Orange Democratic Movement party leader, His Excellency Raila Odinga, came out in full support of the Huduma Namba. Now, I have a lot of respect for Raila Odinga. He has fought for a better Kenya for decades. And he has suffered dire consequences for doing that. And what I would have expected of him was him to come out and tell the government to slow down and explain to Kenyans and make Kenyans understand what this Huduma Namba is all about. But the impression I got was that he came out with his statement in full support of the Huduma Namba, and even registered himself, telling Kenyans, since I say it is okay, then it must be okay. Since I support it, and you support and admire me as Raila Odinga, then you must support the Huduma Namba. There is no need for you to think for yourself. There is no thinking required. I have done all the thinking that needs to be done for you. Correct me. But that is the impression I got from Raila's statement. But even more interesting was the reaction of former National Super Alliance NASA strategist David Ndii. Ndii did not mince his words. He said that Raila had betrayed the cause by supporting the Huduma Namba and expecting his large following in the country to support it, without any thinking, and without hesitation, because he had supported it. Now, Ndii has also raised several concerns, including the safety of the data if all Kenyans were to register. He has also said controversially that this rush and this whole Huduma number thing could be linked to some personal commercial interests. Now, I've touched on that in my very sensitive Club 1999 video last week. Now, what I will do, I will repost that sensitive video in Club 1999. And in case you're not yet a member, I've included all the information you need, which should be in front of your screens right now, so that you can join. There are a lot of very highly sensitive videos you can take in, because you'll also receive all the past videos you've missed, almost 39 of them. Anyway, there's a huge problem with this Huduma number. Huge mystery. In my view, cause for serious concern. More so when you have pastors arrested for not supporting the Huduma number, or rather for preaching against it. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.